The secret time travel space portal programs. Well, we know that Nikola Tesla was trying to implement this. We also know that the emerald tablets of the Atlanteans talk about time travel, space travel, interdimensional travel. And what is going on now? There are those who claim that they're part of these secret programs, one of them being Basiago. Portals appear in many books and movies. Some of them connect distant places, others travel back or forward in time, and the most powerful ones bridge into different dimensions. From the Emerald Tablets, written by Thoth the Atlantean, and you'll find the playlist in my videos, he talks about the fact that the Atlanteans had such advanced technology, and it was about time that they were to be done away with because of their misuse of that technology to the detriment of humans and planet Earth. And he did describe that some Atlanteans escaped to other parts of the Earth, bringing their technology with them, and to some areas they even were the ancient deities. And we know that Thoth was one of the ancient deities of ancient Egypt. And he describes he even had a spacecraft that he hid under a sphinx in a plateau of pyramids. Now, he doesn't say if it's Giza or somewhere else, but he says it's in Egypt and his spaceship is buried under a sphinx. Now, going back to this, most people suppose these gateways exist only in the realm of fantasy, science fiction, or mysticism, but there are some who strongly believe that portals have been opened up in ancient times and quite possibly even in the present day. And NASA recently told us that every few minutes, Earth's magnetic field has portals, and it could be that they could be used for space-time travel. But going back to this, according to two national security U.S. informants, the Department of Defense developed time travel technology over 40 years ago. As early as 1967, the U.S. government was using a fully operational time travel facility built on Tesla-based quantum access. This technology has been used to keep the construction of military installations secret, as well as provide political and economic advantages by way of knowing what the future holds. Some say that there are those who confiscated Tesla's papers on teleportation shortly after his death. One of these two national informers, Michael Ralph, is a former member of the U.S. Armed Forces, claiming he was a member of a top secret U.S. operation. He said he was recruited in 1976 and that he spent the next 20 years helping maintain and expand one of the two more colonies on Mars. Now, here we go. We're talking about colonies on Mars, colonies on the moon, colonies wherever. The thing is that we were never explained by these people how these colonies exist. Because as we know, humans need air to breathe, they need water to drink, they need food to eat, they need proper heating, proper shelter. And if these planets don't have these things to offer humans, then how can these colonies exist? No one has ever answered that. And to me, in my mind, and it's my opinion, that if you have these people that say that they're experts, that they were there, that they know of all these things, if they can't answer these questions about the fundamental essentials that people need to live, then they don't have any credibility, in my opinion. What do you think? But anyway, let's go ahead with this. He says he was recruited in 1976, spending the next 20 years helping maintain and expand to one of the two or more U.S. colonies on Mars. Those bases served as strategic research points and defense objectives, and in order to preserve their secrecy, they were built in the future. Ralph said that after serving 20 years on the Mars colony as part of their permanent team, he was age reversed and sent back in time. He claims that this was the usual procedure and that staff members would have certain memories blocked or erased before being discharged. Dr. Andrew D. Basiago was a participant in DARPA's Project Pegasus, 1968 to 72, that focused on time travel in a time-space hologram. He claimed that the CIA was actively training groups of gifted American school children to become the first generation of time explorers. The children were better suited, he said, for this mission for several disturbing reasons. First of all, they were considered ideal candidates due to their clear minds and lack of impressions or experience. And again, they never ever tell us how humans existed there, how they were able to survive, how their basic needs were met. Nothing of this was ever discussed. So that, to me, again, I'm saying, unless you have some idea of how all this was taken care of and you can inform us and enlighten us, I don't understand how we're supposed to believe these people. But anyway, going back to this. The US government was interested in the effects of time travel over young bodies and minds, he said. The adult volunteers usually became insane after several journeys. Fortunately, naive children had little former experience and beliefs that could drive them mad, he said. Another use for quantum technology was found in political control. According to Dr. Basiago, future persons of interest would be notified early about the roles they were to play in the future. He said that in the early 1970s in Albuquerque, New Mexico, he was present at a lunch at which George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush were informed of their future presidencies. President Jimmy Carter and Bill Clinton were also paid visits. In 1982, President Obama was rumored to be approached while still a student at UCLA. To further this claim, there are many first witness accounts from people who attended college with Obama that could attest that he would often get drunk at parties and then claim he would be the future president of the United States. Was this certainly not based on predisposed knowledge? Basiago claims that in 1971, he viewed images that took place in 2001, and they had been obtained from the future, brought back for analysis, and he implies that various governments knew about what would be taking place in advance. And according to the informants and those who support them, this technology is held secret despite being funded by the public. Now, it's also not the first time these missions have been kept declassified because of their immense potential. I think that should be saying classified. It's not the first time that these missions have been kept classified, I should say here. They say that the people deserve to know what's really going on and the truth about space exploration and the presence of humans on other planets. Teleportation could solve transportation problems worldwide by moving people and goods instantly. It would also immediately help to destroy tyrannical power pyramid in its place. And if they're right, we're missing out on some revolutionary insight. To what extent people can manipulate past, present, or future lives? Question mark. This is by Locklip. And again, we have no mention of how these people in on other planets can survive. Now, if their theories prove to be true, then we're missing out on revolutionary insight and tremendous technology growth that has been denied to us today. And if this has been existing for so many years, are we really living a lie now? Anyway, again, I doubt that these people have that much credibility because of the fact that they have not answered very essential questions. They claim that there are colonies on the moon and on Mars, etc. Well, tell us how they survive on there. Okay, so please give me your ideas and comments. Tell me what you think about this. This is on Humans Are Free, and I'll leave links below for you for this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.